Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about a situation that happened a few weeks ago where I was in discussions with a marketing agency on behalf of a watch brand for a watch review. Everything was going well up until the point where I received an email and at the bottom it said, would you be able to send us a draft of the video review before it goes live so that we can check the content? Thanks. Actually, from my perspective, no thanks. Let's talk about it. So to tackle this topic, I'll try and look at it from both perspectives, both the YouTuber and the brand owner. From my side on YouTube, when I'm talking with other watch brands, I always try and be fair. I have an understanding that obviously they don't want to send somebody a watch, whether that's on loan or as a freebie, and just have 10 minutes of slander about their brand and their watch uploaded for the sake of views. And that is a risk. However, as a YouTuber, I would like to think, even as a small channel, there's enough videos that you could go back, see how I handle reviews, see how I showcase watches, the features, the videography, and how I talk about the pros and cons, and decide for yourself if you think it's fair. And so if you're going to reach out to me, I would like to think you already have that trust in my creative process and my content creation. In addition to that, as a YouTuber, it's really important for me to be able to provide my own honest opinion. Now you, as the audience, may not always disagree with that, and sometimes it genuinely annoys you what I have to say, and that's fine. But at least I can sleep at night because I've been honest to myself. I'm just a hobbyist, I'm not a professional YouTuber, I'm not a professional content creator, and I certainly don't make a living off of this channel. It's really a hobby. So integrity is really important to me, and I feel like the only way to grow the channel and make it a good source of content is to build a trust with my audience. So for me, I could never accept a watch brand taking editorial control or having the final say on content. That always has to be me and me only. Now, as a brand, when you're launching a product, obviously you want the most exposure that you can get that has the best impact, raises the most awareness and hits all of the key points that you want to say about your watch. And that gives you the best chance of success for your business and for your brand. And I understand that. From a brand owner perspective, I think it's reasonable to draw attention to certain features, whether that's manufacturing processes like finishing or materials, or something in the design that's particularly important, or whatever it is in the features. I think it's absolutely fine to ask for content creators to talk about certain points. I also think that as a brand owner, you should do your own research about how the watch community works and probably gain an understanding that inside the watch community, generally speaking, people expect there to be positives and negatives about every watch. There is really no such thing as a perfect watch, and everybody will have a different opinion on it. Every reviewer you send a watch to will say different things. Some will be more positive, some might be slightly less positive, but a fair review will cover somebody's personal feelings towards the pros and the cons of that watch. And if you believe in your product, then you should have the confidence to tackle that head on. And of course, it can also be great feedback for you as a brand owner. If every single review is pointing out the same issue with your micro adjustment on your clasp, then maybe it gives you a chance to refine it. And it can actually be a useful exercise to take on board this critique. Now, for me personally, I've had some really great experiences working with brands in the short time that I've been on YouTube and had this channel. I've been able to get to know brand owners, ask questions back and forth about design process, manufacturing process, give me more information and understanding for my review. And nobody had ever, up until this point, asked to check my content before it goes live. Now, I thought at the time I received this email from this marketing agency that it was because I was a small channel that they felt like they could send me a free watch and I would just say yes and then make whatever kind of content they wanted and delete whatever they didn't like. But actually seeing Jodie's video recently about Shinola watches makes me think it's probably a far more widespread issue in the watch community. And to be honest, it seems to be big and small channels that are drawn into this. The marketing agency that was speaking to me was on behalf of a brand called Not, which are Japanese watches with lacquer dials. Now, I don't want you to have any hatred or ill feeling necessarily towards Not, because I don't know the product, I haven't handled it, and after my email exchange where I refused to give them final say on my content, I never heard anything back. So I can't comment on the watch. It might be fantastic. And there is also the point that this brand might have reached out to a marketing agency with a budget and just said, here you go, here's a chunk of money, go out and hit YouTube, print media, websites, blogs, and get us as much exposure as possible. And they signed a contract, and that's that. And maybe they don't even know that this is the way that the marketing agency is doing business on their behalf. However, as a brand owner, that is your responsibility to know. So I'm not going to let them off in that regard. I don't think this is the right way to handle the launch of your watch on Kickstarter. And now, perhaps unfairly, when I see other reviews about this watch online, I'm questioning, is it actually what the person feels, or did that go through the marketing agency who said, oh, actually delete this bit, delete that bit, and delete this bit? I know this isn't just a hot topic in the watch community. It probably runs across all hobbies, all communities, YouTube, as well as blogs. I mean, traditional watch media anyway is terrible for this, making reviews and then it's just a paid showcase of the product. I think it's pretty disgusting. Lots of people have mentioned that before, but YouTube was previously, I felt, a more honest and genuine place where the average collector can just get in front of a camera and just talk openly about how they feel about watches. But yeah, I don't know. It's making me question more and more YouTube reviews as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. If any of my viewers are going to the Vancouver Timepiece show, then I might catch you there, and that will be my next video. I hope to catch some footage of all the brands there and do a kind of vlog style around the show. I'm so excited to get hands-on with so many watches in one place. Oh, and if you're not subscribed, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe to the channel, and the bell notification, which is always the most important, so you can see when I upload. Thank you so much, and hopefully I will catch you soon. Cheers.